Look at this, man. I'm currently alone at the airport. This is insane. This is my first time ever alone on the airport, bro. I don't think I can. Um, there. I cannot see there. You know, I cannot switch the camera because my phone camera sucks, dude. This is like the first time, you know, I'm on an airport, and the more I look at it, the more I think about it, I'm more of an adult now because I was. Oh, sorry. Man, I don't know how people talk without stuttering or saying the wrong words. It's so hard for me. I'm gonna sit over here. It's so weird for me, man, because like in 2 days, I'm on an airport by the way to my home city, Banjarmasin, and this is insane, bro. Because man, it's gonna be graduation, you know. This is I'm leaving the school, dude. 3 years of adventure. It's actually insane. Like, oh my god. I mean, I am starting to, you know, grow as a person, grow as a human being. I mean, I'm making YouTube videos. It's insane. I'm thinking about how to be financially free in my 20s. It's insane. Trying to know who I am, to know my values and the things I like, what I'm against. It's insane, and I feel like I've learned a lot from junior high school. I mean, yeah, I have learned a lot. I feel like one of the biggest thing that I have learned is that when I was in 7th grade, I was such an annoying person, bro. Like, I wa- I saw all those stupid memes, right? Like, I cannot talk. I don't know. Interaction is very hard for me. Blah blah blah. You know, like I have a social anxiety. I'm shy. I'm an introvert because I find it very hard for people to enjoy what I'm talking about. But I feel like it's just me not having the good topic, okay? Because I just read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and I know I'm talking about myself over here, but yeah. And one of the principles that it has on the book is to talk about the other person's interest and to let the other people speak and encourage them to speak. And so I feel like the problem I'm having ever since I was born is that I always talk about my interests. I always talk about me. I always talk about I. You know, there's a there's a research on telephone calls in New York. It says that the most frequent word being said is I. So I guess I'm not alone for saying I a lot. But I know that it's a bad thing. I just said so much I in that sentence. Well, it's my video. Who cares? My too. Like, yeah, you get it. So, I mean, I still talk about myself a lot, but I feel like it's in my head now to think about the other person's interests, ask about the other person, thing, you know, their interests, what they're up to, what they like. Because the truth is, because the truth is, nobody really cares about what you're interested in, unless somebody has a crush on you. That's like kind of a different thing. But we're trying to gain friends, trying to socialize, you know. People don't really care about what you're interested in. They only care about what they're interested in. So, yeah, I think the biggest blunder I have is to the biggest blunder I have from my junior high school is that I talk about myself only and only myself. I'm such a selfish person, and man, I've learned a lot, you know, in junior high school. By the way, for middle school, or you know, the 1 to 6th grade, I don't know what you call it in English. I'm on a private school, you know. I once studied in a private school, and for junior high school, I went to a country school. I think that's what you call it. A public school, sorry, yeah, I went to a public school, so yeah, I can see a lot of the difference in cultures and economy and political state everything, you know. I see lots of different things, and I think it just opened my eyes a lot that the world is so much broader. And there's definitely some people I really don't like. There's some people I like. I know people who went through hardships and still got to smile, and lots of things, man. I learned a lot. I learned to find myself. I learned to know that there's a lot of bad habits that I did. I learned that life is not all fun and games, and you gotta think about moral politics. And I learned that politics is actually a serious thing and actually has a very big impact on our life. And I'm starting to get into politics now. I open Twitter, you know. It's a really bad place, but it's the only political information place of information that I could get about politics. Everyone's there is mad and angry and college student, you know. But yeah, I really try to open my eyes to politics, you know, so I don't vote the wrong president. My God, my president is Zionist. Can you believe that? Uh, I think I also learned that you need to stand up for yourself when you don't like the situation you are in. I mean, I know a couple of guys who I'm quote unquote friends with who I actually kind of dislike, maybe because it's their morals, it's their values, it's how they see things, you know. I don't like it, and I have a hard time saying it to them because well, I just have a hard time. and and yeah, I think, and most of those time I really regret still acting like I'm cool with them even though I'm not, you know. I know there's a few people, and if my friends are watching this, my 7th to 8th grade friend who thinks that you are no, okay, wait, hold on, I'm not gonna make any explanation, okay? If you feel like it's you, just contact me, man, and I'll tell you if it's you or not, okay? It's probably not. I don't know, but yeah, you really need to stand up for yourself, you know. You need to set boundaries, and you need to lock in with that boundaries. You need that tapped in, you know, locked in with your brain, because setting boundaries is very important, man. Because not having boundaries, you're not free, you know. You're gonna be everyone's puppet, because everyone's gonna want you to do something, and you don't have the balls to say no, you know. Saying the balls to say no is also a really big thing. And I think, okay, it's 7 minutes. I think the biggest problem I have is just my human relations. The way I interact, okay. If you feel like you're kinda annoying, you know, and or maybe you just feel like you don't quite connect with people, I suggest you read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, because it actually helped me a lot. I might still be kinda the same person, but I at least know what I'm doing wrong now. And every time I talk to somebody new or old or anyone, basically humans, cats, I try to use the principles in the book. It's a really good book. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop the video now. I know I'm gonna feel like you guys cannot hear me quite well, or maybe my pronunciation is bad, and I'm sorry for that. I want to put captions in the video, but every time I put captions in the video, it's just that it's too crazy because it's 8 minutes. I spent 2 hours, 8 minutes. I'm not in that discipline level yet, you know. Mental toughness, man, that's insane. So I'm just gonna wish you can hear me very clearly on the words I said. I think that's all, man. Assalamu alaikum.